Hello there, it's good to see you. I hope that you enjoyed your day today. Thank you for taking time out to watch this video. It's all about the fourth installment for Lorraine's Finish 5 by November 5th book challenge. Feel free to check out her channel, LNS Makeup, in the description box below. This past month, I finished my fourth book for this challenge. I read Emily Griffin's First Comes Love. This book is such a phenomenal conversation starter. If you're in a book club or you have several friends that love to read, that is the best way to experience this book because there are so many what-if scenarios, and it really makes you think of how you would react if you were in a similar situation. Basically, the overall plot is about the estranged relationship between two very different sisters and how they are coping / overcoming the very tragic death of their oldest brother. At the beginning of the book, it's been years since he passed from a car accident, but you're seeing how the family is broken down because the parents are separated. The sisters are in their adult lives, but his death, Daniel's death, impacts every decision that they make in terms of career, life, family, just everyday adult choices. And so you're watching how that plays out and how they are at constant odds with each other because one sister in particular feels that strong familial responsibility. She's kind of the fixer of the family, and she gives up her dreams of being an actress to stay home, marry the best friend of her brother. And then, her parents separate after her brother's death, but she ends up buying the house that they owned. And so there's questions of how would you feel if you were in that situation? Do you feel like you could move forward in grieving? Do you feel like you'd be able to start a new life when you're putting yourself in those constant memories, if you will? And then the other sister, she goes off and pursues her dreams. She's an elementary school teacher, and she lives with this guy where it's a platonic relationship. The only way I could figure was it's kind of like Julia Roberts and Dermot Mulroney in My Best Friend's Wedding. Like, they have this fiercely intimate relationship without the physicality, which is, it doesn't really work that way long term necessarily, especially when she comes in and decides that she wants to have a baby. And the way she's going to go about doing it is through IVF and sperm donation. So then that brings up another point of conversation. How would you feel about approaching family that way? And then she takes it a step further. She meets this guy and decides that she wants him to be her sperm donor. And so then it's bringing him around to her roommate, who's her best friend, knows her better than anybody else, and then brings him to her family. And it's just kind of like, how would you react if one of your siblings decided to go through sperm donation and just meets this random person and decides to bring him? I mean, it's just all sorts of rich conversation. And, the book evolves, and Emily Griffin does allow for the sisters to understand each other. There's a lot of unresolved conflict in the end, which leaves, you to interpret it how you will, of how their lives will work out. But overall, it was a great, just icebreaker book, because it really helps you to get to know the people that you're discussing these situations with, and also too, it gives you different perspectives and how you might handle it. So it was a great book. The book I'm planning to read as my 5th book for this challenge is going to be Leave Me by Gail Forman. I actually saw a little blurb about this in People magazine. It sounded so intriguing that I decided to pick it up on Kindle. The basic premise of the book is this overworked mother. She works for a magazine, but she doesn't realize that she's having a heart attack. She attributes it to indigestion, to stress. She goes an entire day without realizing that she's had this heart attack. And she goes into the hospital and ends up having to have bypass surgery. But the book is all about when she gets home, her family will not allow her to recover. They expect her to resume her activities as normal. She is, you know, a young mother with young children. Her children are 4 years old. She has a set of twins, and her husband wants her to snap out of it, and her mother wants her to snap out of it. So one day she decides to just leave it all behind and recover and let her family learn to live life without her there, because she came so close to death. And so it's kind of that story of you know, every harried mom's fantasy of, you know, just imagining that peace even for a little while. And so I thought it might be entertaining to read. Like I said, Leave Me by Gail Forman. I'm not too far into the book. I'm at the point where she's had surgery and she's starting to make those decisions to just kind of push everything back for a while and give herself some time to breathe and think and just reconnect and reprioritize and all that. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this book. So that's it for now. I hope that you are enjoying what you're reading. Leave me some comments below, because I keep adding to my list of phenomenal books that I cannot wait to read. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and I look forward to catching up with you very soon. See you later.